join you virtually today. I hope you are having a very wonderful International Women's Day event. And the theme for this year is really interesting to see the Dare to Be theme, which shows that you can actually dare yourself to be anything that you want to be. And I'm excited to be speaking to you on a very delicate topic and a very interesting one as well, which is Dare to Be, Embracing Your Unique Path and Seizing Opportunities. All right, so my name is Dennis Candor. I am a design thinking strategist and an innovator who helps brands and businesses to begin to appreciate the benefit of using design thinking to aid their processes. I help them to advance to building better solutions that become functional for specific users and also help them to adopt research to make development easier. I am passionate about the tech communities. I'm passionate about helping to make a difference. And for this reason, I lead some tech communities, including a women tech makers community in my locality. I love to talk about tech. I love to help women get started in tech and also men alike. So let's get right to talking about um, the team for today. So before I get started, this is a very random quote from Oprah Winfrey. And she said, "The biggest adventure you can ever take is to live the life of your dreams." It is true that you have goals already set. It is true that you have aspirations, you have things that inspire you to become better. And I think it's a whole new adventure when you begin to take ownership of those goals, when you begin to take ownership of those dreams and start to live them slowly and steadily. And you see how beautiful your life will become. So, first off, I want to share um, the challenge, the difficulties that comes with choosing a career in the tech space. And this also extends to a larger extent, um, you know, yes, mostly career challenges in the tech space. Yes, it extends to a larger extent the ability to embrace opportunities and to seize opportunities. To be open. First off, you have to be like really open to these opportunities before you can be able to embrace them and seize them. There's a trend in the tech space where most people feel certain technologies are for men or certain technologies are for a particular gender. You're not able to explore these technologies because you feel that they are not for you. There are also other challenges that come with peer pressure, or other challenges that come with just you trying to follow the trend, you trying to follow the crowd. So some of these things pose challenges that would prevent you from choosing the right tech career for yourself. So I just want to go through um, some of the challenges that come with embracing your unique path in the tech space. We'll explain each of these one by one, but they are here listed in case you're taking notes. So the first is fear of failure. The second is lack of self confidence. The third is resistance to change. The fourth is peer pressure. And the fifth is self doubt. So when it comes to failure, really, while developing this talk, I wanted to do as much as possible to include some of my personal experiences so that we can make it more relatable and yes, more understandable as women. So m- m- for me, getting into the tech space, I don't think I really didn't want to do tech, right? I just wanted something abstract, something I could do in my spare time. Because I was currently my school was currently on strike at the time, so I was thinking of a way to just do something fun aside staying at home and watching movies, stuff like that. So I got into web development, right? And a few months down the line, it began to feel so hectic for me. Like it was choking, not because I didn't know what to do or how to do it, but because I was scared I wasn't going to do better. I had a somewhat rough childhood, so some of these were really affecting me. If I saw someone doing something right, probably the tutor complimented them, it would make me feel less of a person. Like I'm not going to be good at this. I'm going to fail. So this has affected so many people. They are afraid to try new things, or they are afraid to take risks because they do not want to fail, because they are afraid of failing, and this can hold them back from embracing their unique path, from embracing unique opportunities. For most of the time, the reason why I wanted to keep pushing was because I just want to prove to others that I'm not going to fail. I just want to prove to others that I'm not going to be a failure. For me, it was more of proving to them, trying to show them that I'm not a failure. But we can turn this around. Why not just think about yourself for a moment and I want to prove to myself that I can do this instead of proving to others that you are going to be a failure. So yes, failure is one of the challenges that come with embracing your unique part in the tech space. The second reason is lack of self confidence. If you do not feel strong enough to speak, if you do not feel that you can make a difference when you stand out, I won't really relate this to being shy, because someone can be shy and have this drive and have this willingness to do something, and on the other hand, someone just completely lacks self confidence. You do not believe in yourself to do something. Being shy and having that zeal, having that belief in yourself is different. But when you totally lack the willingness, you totally lack the zeal to do anything, you just feel, no, I can't, then you lack self confidence. It's not something that's very easy to build. Um, my earliest days in tech, you know, I I, I love to speak, right? I love to talk about things, I love to share. But when I began to allow failure seep in, I also started to see that I was losing self confidence. I couldn't stand up to speak, I couldn't say anything because I didn't want to be looked down on, not because I was shy. I just lacked the self confidence to do stuff. So it limited me from pursuing most of the things that I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do this, but I do not have the confidence enough to do that. The feeling of not being good enough, or the feeling that you do not have the skills or knowledge necessary to succeed, limits so many people. And that is what lack of self confidence does. So, the third reason is resistance to change. Now, at this point, you have reason way above the self confidence saga, you have reason above failure, but you do not want to shift. You do not want to, yes, you don't want to make a career shift because you feel, I'm comfortable in this space. I like where I am now. I think I'm confident enough. I'm not going to prove to anyone that I'm a failure. You just have to stay at a place. If you are resistant rather to change, it would limit you from gaining so many things. It would limit you from so many opportunities, because you have this strong urge to stick to what is familiar. You are comfortable with what is already available. It's really that strong, and this will force you to begin missing out on new opportunities. You feel you don't want to leave your comfort zone, you don't want to attend events, you don't want to raise your hand to speak, to ask questions when you actually attend these events, you do not want to volunteer to lead, you do not want to, you're just good in that space. You become less and less and less noticeable, and no one actually knows what you do. So if you do not man up, if you do not, convince yourself that there are trends, yes, and there are things that you need to do to push yourself to go higher, to push yourself to dare to be, you would miss out on these opportunities if you are resistant to change. So the fourth reason is external pressure. I'm trying to go as fast and also as slow as possible, because I understand how I wouldn't want to say boring. I understand how, okay, let's just boring. It can be when you're listening to a virtual talk. So I just believe that you're taking notes and you're really resonating with what I'm saying. Okay, so the fourth reason is external pressure. Now this mostly comes when you are, let's say, in a team of people, building something, yes, probably building a product, or you are a graphic designer in the midst of product designers. You are a proficient graphic designer. You are doing so well in that field. But then you see product designers, and one person just earned 300 US dollars, another person is earning like 1,500 US dollars just for some a simple product that he designed. And then you begin to feel this pressure. They begin to tell you, oh, more product design is the way. This is where you get the fish. This is where you get the money. You begin to feel that pressure when you know that, I mean, you're already a legend in this field, and this is where you have to be. This is where you've come to stay. You've built so much authority here. And then some of these pressures begin to make you feel like you're worthless. I mean, this is, I have to reach out to do this. Except, of course, you are looking to explore new careers. You're looking to explore new niches. But aside that, this pressure can begin to, you know, make you try to meet up with certain expectations that are not even necessary, and you may begin to follow the crowd in the process. Now this makes it difficult for you to also see the big picture and for you to align with the right expectations. So this is what external pressure does. I mean, it's really dangerous if you understand how rough, how tough pressure can be. Then I think you should also resonate with this. And the last one is self-doubt. um, this may be likely linked to lack of self confidence, but when you constantly have that inner voice telling you you're not worth it, you can't do better, you can't grow, it's really difficult. I feel like I began to have a certain amount of self doubt, when I was learning JavaScript. It was really tough because JavaScript should be shiggy. So the whole thing just made me feel like, oh, well, I just have to leave all this tech thing, and become the average Nigerian woman who waits till a man comes, she gets married, she has children, and that's it, and that's it. It was really telling on me. Negative self talk sometimes can become king in your heart if you let it. You may begin to question your abilities or your worthiness of success, and this can hold you back from embracing what is truly yours. So take note of these five things, and let us go straight to how you can begin to embrace your unique path, how you can rise above these difficulties and become much, much better wherever you decide to stay. So, to embrace your unique parts, there are also six very important things that can help you to seize opportunities and to always stand out. Now, the first is for you to identify your strengths and your weaknesses, right? Try to make a list. Try to write down the things that you're really good at. Try to write down the things that you can share with people, things that make you stand out, right? If you identify your strengths and you identify your weaknesses, try to see if there's a way for you to link some of these strengths to build something better or to create something better for yourself. And then if you have weaknesses as well, try to see if there's a way for you to solve them and try to reach out to people to help you do that. The second thing is also for you to set achievable goals. For me, I do not like to set long I mean, yes, there should be long term goals, but I'd not like to set long term goals like in the next 7 years, in the next 10 years. Those are very important, but I'm trying to do what really works for me. So instead of me to set some of those things, I set a one time long term goal. Like this is where I want to be. For example, let's say in the next 5 years, this is where I want to be. And then I begin to set little achievable goals weekly, monthly, weekly, monthly, bi monthly, bi weekly. So once I do that, it will help me, keep track of my activities and help me not to feel like I'm not doing anything at all. Because if you begin to set, let's say in the next 5 months, this is what you want to do, or this is where you want to be, you begin to see that as more, this is really far, I don't think I can go there. But when you try to live in the process and not just in the future, you see that slowly, even without you knowing, you would definitely achieve that goal. So set achievable goals that you are very sure that you can fulfill. The third is for you to also build a supportive network. Friends are valuable, even if it's just one person who's your confidant, who you can really talk to, who you can really share everything that you want with. As long as they truly support you and you reciprocate that, they would help you stand out and to seize opportunities. You can dissect your friends. There's one who really builds you up and gives you this encouragement, and then you also have tech friends in the space who, push you to reach out to few applications, to attend events. These are two different things. But if you have all of that in one person, then you have the gold. Okay, so the fourth is for you to also be open to new experiences. Try to explore, try to learn new things. The fifth is for you to learn from failure. Failure is the best teacher, actually, because if you have failed at one thing, you would definitely not want to fail at the next one. So when you fail at something, try to make a list of things that went wrong, how they went wrong, and then try to find the balance and see if there's a way for you to fix that properly. And also practice self-care. Love yourself. Take yourself out once in a while if that is something that you can do, or just sleep if possible. See, sleep is highly I wouldn't say overrated, or I think that's the word. Most people underrate it. They feel it's not uh sleep is for the weak. Yeah, that's the usual thing. Sleep is for the weak. But sleeping is therapeutic, really. For me, I'm speaking for myself now. I don't really know what works for you, but then practice self-care as much as you can. Take care of yourself, because if you do not take care of yourself, you're really not going to be able to see how you can seize these opportunities, right? If you have this self-confidence, if you are proud of yourself, it'll be very easy for you to stand out and to seize opportunities when you see them. So these are some of the very important things that you can do to make sure you embrace your unique path and that you can seize opportunities. Success is a journey and not a destination. I would summarize with that. Keep pushing yourself to grow at your own pace. It is not easy to see some of these trends and decide that you won't follow them. It is not easy to see people doing so well, and you want to be like them, you're dreaming to be like these people. Yes, that is very valid. But if you're doing things at your own pace, at a pace where you know that you have self validation, then I think that's like really the goal. So grow at your own pace as much as you can. I did web development for 2 years, 2 years plus, and it wasn't working for me. I tried to find a balance with what I loved and how I could bring that into tech, and that is where I stumbled on design thinking. you know, and it has just been a really, really comfortable space for me. I can explore around and I can do things and just still find a way to link it into what I know. That is me growing at my own pace. That is me learning at my own pace. I'm pushing myself to make sure I get to my destination. So, thank you so much for listening to me today. I hope that the rest of your International Women's Day event it's going to be as beautiful as you have planned it out to be. A special thanks to the organizers for making this possible. And if there are any questions, I would be open to answer them as I am tied in virtually as well. So connect with me. I'm available on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter as Dennis Candor, and I'm open to new relationships and healthy conversations. Thank you so much.